It's a real challenge for students who are learning a language to decide which words to focus on learning because it's such an overwhelming task. However, it's important to remember that the aim of vocabulary learning is not simply increasing the amount of words to know, but focusing on which words to learn and how to use them effectively. The academic word list is a good place to start. Did you know that we use about 2,800 words in our everyday conversations with friends and family? The most common of these words have been compiled by researchers into a list of words which is called the General Service List. But the vocabulary that we use at school and at work can be different from conversational language. Of course, we still use words from conversational vocabulary which are on the General Service List, such as the word example or the word resource. But in higher education, we tend to also add in words which are more formal and precise than everyday language, such as instruct instead of the word teach, or diverse instead of the word different. So, how do we know which words to know? In the year 2000, an academic named Averell Coxhead decided to compile a list of the most commonly used academic words. This list is called the Academic Word List. It has 570 base words in it, and it is divided into 10 lists, organized from the most commonly used to the least commonly used. So sublist 1, for example, contains the 60 most frequently used words in higher education, with words like analyze, data, or vary. But the words in the AWL are used in all disciplines, from health sciences to marketing. Another point about the list is that it is only composed of base words. This means that there is a base word, such as the word environment, but not all the forms of the word environment, environmental, environmentalist, environmentally, within its family are listed. How can the AWL help you? First of all, to be able to read and write in higher education, experts agree that you need to know about 80% of all the words in the General Service List and approximately 95% of the words in the AWL. If you don't know these words very well, researchers say that you may have difficulty with understanding instructors and texts. So, in order to understand what you read and hear, it's important to know these words. Also, if you use them in your writing and speaking, you'll be able to communicate clearly and professionally with your audience and adopt the tone that you need to succeed in school and in the workplace. But the words in the AWL are not the only words you'll need to know to succeed in college or university. The reason is that we are all enrolled in different disciplines and studying different subject matter. For example, my field is the field of education. Your field might be in engineering, computer science, or economics. All of our fields have very specific vocabulary to them, which someone in another field won't use. For example, a common word from my field is the word pedagogy, which means the method and practice of teaching. How about in electrical engineering? They might need to know words that I don't know, like ammeter or inductor. An economics major needs to understand words like scarcity or inflation. In fact, researchers have even now created a business service list with the top 1,700 words needed for those in the field of business. Therefore, we need to understand which words are specific to our major or discipline and know them very well. Later on, we'll look at some ways that we can learn and use the words we need to read and write in school and at work. Thanks for listening.